Man, I'm so glad Diddy free, bro.
Came out here and lied on him. We just want to get your reaction. You said he was going to prison, might be coming home. Just want to get your reaction. What do you think about the RICO?
I think that much like you, the jury very ignorant, acted ignorantly, and had ignorant. No, I'm saying the way you came up on me is ignorant.
Well, I've been looking for you because that's what journalists
Well,
do.
baby, here I am.
So,
This man literally came up because he.
Oh man, so the scene outside the courtroom for the Diddy trial after the verdict they're going crazy, going insane. He was found not guilty for the RICO charges and not guilty for the sex trafficking charges, but was found guilty for the 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Now there's a great chance that he will be going home today because his lawyers are pushing for a bail for him, okay? They won't decide on that until 5 p.m. today, all right? I'll update y'all with that whenever that time comes. But the scene outside that courtroom is insane. They pouring baby oil on each other. Armand Wiggins out there, I don't know who this lady is, but she having the time of her life. I know when she was hearing all those freak off stories, she was getting hot and bothered. Very, very hot and bothered. You can tell. She wants to be the next participant, more than likely, okay? So freak offs will be going crazy this summer. The other night on my live stream, we ran a poll, and pretty much everybody got it right. The majority of votes said that he will be found guilty on some counts, not the RICO, not all counts, and y'all was on point with that, all right? Based on our discussion and combing through everything, we already knew the hardest thing to avoid was going to be the transportation to engage in prostitution. That one was going to be tough to avoid. So we knew he was cooked on that one, like straight up. But on all the other counts, the jury understood a nuance. So now it's going to be on the judge to decide his punishment. So he faces the max of 20 years because each count holds a max 10-year sentence, but a judge can't give him a very light sentence because this was a nuanced count. All the people involved were consensual. They were all willing participants. So if there was a case where he was transporting people against their will or really pimping and running a full-blown prostitution organization, like, you know, trying to make money out of prostitution, that would be much different. But it's a very technical law that's hard to shake free from if you are transporting people across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. It's a very technical law and it's hard to evade that shit. But let's continue getting through some of these reactions, dog. So Young Miami getting her ass toe up, man. Po baby girl, they going in on her, man. So she tweeted 11:11 a.m. Now she always tweets this shit, but boy, they are going crazy on her. They're saying, rest in peace, bitch. This is why your career is over and nobody is checking for you. You such a weirdo, I hate you. You got your job back since the music ain't selling. She's celebrating her abusive sugar daddy. And also she posted this right here with Justin Bieber doing the little clocky shit. You know, she posted that on her story on Instagram. And people responding like this, saying he's still facing 20 years for the 2 lesser counts. Diddy most loyal prostitute. And using a video of one of Diddy's victims as a way to celebrate the fact that he's basically getting off with a slap on the wrist is disgusting. Then again, what else are you supposed to expect from a bird brain? To be honest, this low-key a W for her because everyone thought that she was gonna go down too. There was a lot of people in the comment section or anything that's posted about her saying that she's headed to jail. She didn't even get called on the stand. Based on what we've seen, the person who was doing the things they alleged that Young Miami was doing during this time frame in the most recent years was Daphne Joy. Which makes sense because she didn't have her own career of her own. She needed to depend on Diddy. So that made her most vulnerable to these things like having to do the freak offs and shit in comparison to Young Miami, who you guys may not respect her career, but she's able to get some money on her own, so she not that dependent on Diddy. She could be spoiled, but she isn't that dependent. Now the other shit, when the piss stuff, when it comes to that shit, you might be cooked in the eyes of public perception. They think you're pissy. They think you're pissy. You said you never got pissed on by Diddy, but the convenience and the correlations of the story is gonna be tough to shake that one, baby girl. You might have to just take that L on that one. You might have to just take that L. But even before the verdict came out, she was seen showing love to King Combs over here in this comment section saying can't stop, won't stop. This was yesterday when he posted this right here, talking about his album that's out that was produced by Ye, okay? Now, the family was seen in cheerful spirits after the verdict, pretty happy. Check out this footage real quick. Okay, so we got rappers, man. We got Boosie reacting to the situation. Let's peep in and tap in.
Man, I'm so glad Diddy free, bro. You know, the reason is Because I'm tired of seeing us black moguls get took down like that, bro. Like, and I'm tired of seeing us black people go against us black moguls like that. And I feel like if Diddy was a white man who done all this shit for people, you know, I know he ain't paid people, but if he done all this shit for hip hop, if he was white, they would have had so many white people out there protesting for this man losing his life behind a relationship, you know. And people always Boosie was on Diddy's side. Nah, it ain't that. It's because I'm thinking about 7 children. Y'all thinking about one person. I'm thinking about these 7 kids who been in my kids' position. Not knowing if your daddy gonna come home or not is a burden on the child. So all y'all was like, no, I'm thinking about them damn children, man. So man, I'm glad he's free, bro. You know, like I've been said, I don't feel he was guilty of nothing. You know, nothing but domestic violence. You know, but the court spoke, man, and man, I'm happy that dude children, man. I know his feeling right now, bro. I'm just happy for them children, man. So, you know, Diddy, sit your ass down somewhere. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Grab Stevie J and your children and get the fuck on.
Yeah. This is what I would say. I understand where you're coming from. But if I'm going to speak on a conspiracy wave, I always think the opposite. We seen Harvey Weinstein go down. White man, powerful white man, and not a lot of people was on his side. He went down. If I was to think on a conspiracy wave, I would say this is retaliation for them having to take down someone powerful like Harvey Weinstein, saying shit, if one of ours going down, then for sure one of y'all's gonna go down. But the thing about it is we just seen 2 black moguls shake free mostly. Like Jay-Z, people was having a witch hunt for Jay-Z. Even Nicki Minaj still is out here trying to fan the flames for Roc Nation, really talking a lot of shit about Jay-Z. People are trying to get him taken down. Jay was able to fight back when it came to Tony Busby, so Jay wasn't taken down. They tried to take Diddy down, they got him on some technicalities. Unfortunately, the law is the law, so that's that situation. But once again, I agree with Boosie. I understand what he's saying, but one of the most powerful white guys did get taken down. But if y'all watch me on Twitter and you watch my content, I told you before that I did not like how Diddy was being used as a talking point by conservatives. They was using him to dunk on people, saying, "Oh, you into a Diddy party, X, Y, and Z." Anybody. They was using him, and I felt like that was an attack on hip hop. Like I tweeted this right here in November. I wonder if folks realize that racists and coons use partying with Diddy as a new age slur, you know? But I still was trying to learn about the actual law in the situation, trying to figure some things out. So based on what some lawyers were saying, I'm like, damn, he may be cooked, but he was cooked on lesser charges, the big grand scope of things. Nah, he wasn't guilty of that shit. The way folks have been using this Diddy case to attack the culture, I ain't like that shit at all. But 50 Cent's over here reacting, saying this right here. Diddy beat the feds, that boy a bad man, beat the Rico, he the gay John Gotti. Hey, this boy here, he's sick still because his baby mama was the main person up in this shit, but it is what it is. It said, just a reminder that the jury said this man is not guilty of brutalizing Cassie, even after this video was shown as evidence in court chilling. Why the fuck y'all be doing this? Y'all can't read and comprehend? That wasn't a situation. What are you talking about? The verdict is being read and the jury found Diddy not guilty on almost all counts. Diddy found not guilty, yeah, just sending nukes. Now I'm sick of humanity at this point. The jury said P. Diddy is guilty of transporting prostitutes but not guilty of sex trafficking. What came down to it because Cassie was enjoying that shit, man. Too many situations where these girls enjoyed it and they were still showing that they loved the man. Daphne Joy, Zane Doe, she was on the shit saying that she's still being paid by Diddy. So the force, fraud, and coercion, it's tough when it comes to prove that shit, you know. Diddy deserved to come home. Nobody proved anything terrible and he took accountability of what he did wrong. Why would y'all want to see a black man who has contributed so much to the culture go to jail for life? So let me get this straight. Diddy was found not guilty of sex trafficking, but somehow guilty of transporting someone for prostitution. How does that even work? I think that law is in place to have degrees of punishment for things that's happened around that act, because they do want to scare people away from doing prostitution. But they don't want to sentence people to similar time for doing sex trafficking with forcing someone or holding people against their will, for sure. It's just simply they have different standards when it comes to sentencing for this crime that's in that family. Similar to the different degrees when you charge for taking someone's life, when you have murder, manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, those things like that, you know? All right, so I think people are happy about the Diddy outcome because while he did abuse his power, particularly over women, the trial was never for that. It was just another source of power trying to bring down a powerful black man. Diddy's the new OJ. Everyone knows he's guilty, but a rich black man gets off again. I don't think it comes down to that. The nuanced things, he was not running an evil criminal organization. I said this on my live stream the other day. This is not a rich, powerful criminal organization. This is rich niggas doing illegal shit. It's a rich nigga doing illegal shit. And it depended on how the jury saw that. Did they perceive it to be just a rich dude doing illegal shit? And that's what it was. It was not a criminal organization. Yes, he had his employees, you know, doing things of that sort, but this is a rich nigga doing illegal shit, man. So based on the law, there was some fear that the jury was going to be so stuck to the law and not find the nuance in it, but they found the nuance in the situation. It was like, nah, this is a reach. Yes, technically he's doing these things, but it's too much doubt that's entered in the situation because you have these ladies that's willing participants. You have these ladies that have their own drug issues. You have these ladies that have their own, you know, money problems that want to be involved in these things. And then you have these employees who, yes, they may have been abused or yelled at or things of that sort, but they still wanted to come back for their jobs, still wanted to work with this guy. So these people themselves, when they understand, they brought in that reasonable doubt themselves because they continue to deal with this man despite how bad they were saying the experience was. How bad was it actually? And if you make the decision that you're going to still deal with this man for the money or for whatever reason, if you make that decision, how are you then expecting the jury to go ahead and override what you decided to do at that point in time? You felt like it was okay. So why would the jury say, nah, it's not okay? Nah, fuck that. You made a decision to still be there. The jury's like, shit, oh well. This is one of the reasons why I like covering these cases, because I do like seeing how the jury reacts to all these situations. I have no dogs in this fight. I'll tell you my opinion just for like entertainment, for speculation, but I got no dogs in this fight. I knew that transportation for prostitution shit was gonna be tough to beat, but like in actuality, when it comes down to so many things, it was a lot of reaches, and I was like, damn, based on the law, and if people want to be technical, he's gonna have a tough time. But once again, the jury was able to find nuance in the situation, okay? Now to keep it pushing. These are the people I was talking about earlier, you feel me? Saying, how are they going to let Diddy walk free when dozens of people reported underage girls as freak offs? See, these are people I keep telling y'all that had blue balls when the actual criminal case came. They got blue balls. Because how did we get here? Let me show y'all how we got here. Let me type this motherfucking name in, boom. This is how we got here. This motherfucker right here. These two, Little Rod and Tyrone Blackburn. That's how we got here. Everyone got excited about all these lawsuits, especially content creators. I've been telling y'all for the longest to pump your brakes. For over a year, and y'all was cussing me out in my comment section. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all were now saying to pump your brakes when it comes to these lawsuits and trying to believe these stories because they're fucking lies. A lot of them are lies, all right? Or at the bare minimum, they were exaggerations of the truth. So like I said, I've been trying to tell y'all expectations, but when you have content creators like Tisa telling tales, it's hard. It's hard to speak to y'all, man. People like her were pushing these wild stories from the Lil Rod lawsuit, littered with lies by Tyrone Blackburn, and factoring them into the criminal case. But now this lady's getting embarrassed outside of the courtroom. So they say the way the Tisa face calling her out while she live is, oh, boy, they going in on this lady, dog.
Came out here and lied on you. We just want to get your reaction. You said he was going to prison, might be coming home. Just want to get your reaction. What do you think about the RICO?
I think that much like you, the jury very ignorant, acted ignorantly, and had ignorant. No, I'm saying the way you came up on me is ignorant.
Well, I've been looking for you because that's what journalists
well,
do.
baby, here I am.
So, what do you think about the RICO? What about all of the lies?
I think I'm on live right now, okay? Worry about your little channel, sweetie. What's that?
I hope Diddy's sued on.
Diddy is still not gonna let you suck his dick, baby.
He ain't going to jail for life, baby girl.
He's going for 20.
The security guard ain't doing a good job.
Baby, your channel's not doing a good job. Anyway, right? Anyway, here we go, right? As we go, right? As we go. Hey, what's up, right? People acting like I'm the prosecution, but baby, they can bring the smoke if they want. They acting like I'm the prosecution. So anyway, you guys, listen. What does it say? Do you see the things that I actually just put up with? These people are crazy. This man literally came up because this man literally came up and tried to cause a scene because his idol, someone he's never met or known. Again, the level of ignorance that is in
this had this scene as well.
Ratchet, you did not call out Tisa Tails. Ratchet TV is so shiesty. Hold on. Sherlon, watch my purse. I gotta go. He's about to call out Tisa. This is all so nefarious. Hold on, guys. Let me change my camera around.
What is happening here?
He's calling out Tisa Tails. That's what's happening. And I'm here for her. She lied 1,000 times. She's a liar who lies, period. Did she call you a ninja? Did she call you a broke ninja?
Broke.
Wow.
Broke? You think I'm broke? I got more money than you.
Wow, she just called him a broke
You
ninja.
motherfuckers better not put a finger on me.
They already told her she don't like black men, and she called him a broke ninja. Please pay attention.
You're a liar.
They said she was paid by prosecution.
What?
They said she was paid by the prosecution. They told us that yesterday. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. That's why she didn't have to stand in line like everybody else. Thank you. She's a fed. She's a fed.
She's a federal informant, and she was paid by the prosecution.
They told us yesterday. The people told us yesterday.
Court building, but she's a fucking liar. Tisa telling lies.
She lied and said she saw Kanye. Kanye was going to give her an exclusive.
Now, do I think she was paid by the prosecution to lie? No. No, I don't. Reason being is because I've been creating content for a little minute and I see other people who make similar stories to me, and she's been lying for the longest. She's been lying on several other stories before this situation, and it's grown her page a lot. Like, y'all remember the story about the girl who got beat up by her friends in Mexico? The girl Shanquella Robinson. Tisa Tails was lying about this situation, saying, oh, the girl was arrested. The one who actually beat her up, she was arrested and all these things. Come to find out, no one was ever charged. And wow, I thought she'll be smart enough to take this video down by now. But she got caught up here. Shanquella's justice. Dejanay taken into custody. Plus feds looking to bring new charges against Cabo 6. This video got almost 500,000 views. So she could spread misinformation all she want and go unchecked about it. But crazy enough, she grew confidence to actually go out in public.
We're saying dry ass wig for 8 weeks. We ain't doing no trip.
Buy wig! Buy wig! Buy wig! Buy wig!
You gained your momentum off the lies you told on P. Diddy. Now go back and apologize to her family for lying.
She also lied on Jonathan Majors and Megan Good. She hates black men. She's a colorist. We're going in on Tisa Tails for being a lying ass bitch.
What happened? What's happening? What did I miss?
She's been lying all the fucking time, and y'all know it. Tisa Tails. He just called her ass out. She's been paid by the prosecution. We found out yesterday. They said, yeah, they said content creator. They said she's a big time content creator, has over 500,000 followers. And somebody told us yesterday who said they covered 16 RICO trials. And they told us before we left yesterday that the reason she doesn't have to stand in line like the rest of us or pay line sitters is because she was paid by the prosecution for her commentary. And also, she doxed 2 of the victims. She doxed Jane Doe. She doxed Mia. We got it on video. And she never got banned from the court. She didn't get banned because she's a liar who was working for the prosecution, allegedly.
Yeah, gotta say allegedly. Because I think she lied for the love of the game and that AdSense revenue. So could she be paid by the prosecution? Maybe. I don't care to die on that hill. Like, that's my one thing about me. I don't get caught up emotionally in this shit. I don't care about being wrong, and I don't care about being right as well. You know, it's cool to be right and say you was right about shit, but people be willing to die on hills and just lie like a motherfucker. You could be wrong about a situation, but to blatantly lie That's different.
Tisa Tells, that's her right there. In the burgundy.
Tisa
Tells, Tells.
But yeah, man. So once again, did y'all hear what I just said? You could be wrong about a situation, but when you just blatantly lie, that's a whole nother issue, a whole nother problem. And there's a lot of content creators that use this situation to just blatantly lie. I try to tell y'all, like, listen, be careful who you watch. Be careful who you watch and who you taking information in from and using it like it's for sure what's gonna be. I try my best to let you know when I'm speculating. I'm speculating because of this, that, and the third, rather than saying this is that or that's the facts, whatever. You know, I try my best. You know, I don't have a problem with getting something wrong. I have a problem if I just completely lie. That's an issue. But there's a lot of content creators that just straight up lie. And I just showed y'all that they have a history of lying for views. And it's just positive reinforcement for negative shit. You lie, make a lot of money, you're gonna keep on lying because who gonna check you? Now, she just actually went out in person, which is weird. I don't know why she would do that, but she wants to go ahead and have that look to be able to make a lot of money. She made a lot of money from the situation. She for sure did. That's the risk she take. This is the actual in-person representation of people in your comment section calling you out when you actually get it wrong or you just blatantly lie. But hey though, that's what's going on with the chaos after the Diddy verdict, man. Y'all let me know what you gotta say in the comment section below. I'm going to get up out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.